Welcome to the Red Cord. We are doing a reading for those who are single. The question we are asking the universe to bring us guidance for is, why am I single? Now, I have set the intention for this reading to be for those who are absolutely single, who have not been in any significant relationship thus far. And I will be doing another segment or another part to this reading where, if you are recently single, as in you have recently gone through a divorce or a breakup, that reading will cover that segment of people. This is for absolutely single people. All right. So I had started recording, and thankfully I checked, and I will be looking here from time to time because this is where my laptop is. And thankfully, I had just pulled out 3 cards and I was shuffling when I realized that the mic had stopped working. So learned from my past mistakes. All right. So the first card that came out, I have not yet started interpreting or reading or even channeling currently. The first card is Five of Cups, which is old wounds. Second is Six of Swords, sorry. And then the Sun card. So it looks like a very positive movement and progression that's happening from old wounds that needed to be healed or are currently being healed by you, moving towards calmer waters, choosing peace, choosing tranquility, choosing movement forward. And then comes Sun, which is always bright, happiness, love, of course. Page of Cup, message of love, maybe Leo season. I am just so nervous with the volume. I'm going to just pull my mic closer to me. All right. The next card is Four of Cups, missed opportunity, High Priestess, hidden knowledge, Page of Wands, excitement and curiosity, Knight of Wands, passionate adventure, Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, Ace of Cups, love initiations, thoughts, Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, breakthrough and awareness. Three of Cups, celebration and community. And 3, Empress, divine feminine. I'll show you the cards. Hang on, let me just get a bearing of what's going on, because as I was shuffling, all these cards flew out. All right. So, old wounds. There's something that you needed to heal before you could move towards love, happiness, before the offer of love could come to you. For some of you, it can be that there was an opportunity before to complete your healing process, to go through the portal or the gateway, but you missed it. You repeated the same mistakes, okay? And universe is never in a hurry, right? So it just keeps making you repeat the lessons. So it has something to do with working with your intuition, connecting, channeling, meditating, your spiritual life, right? So it could be something to do with that, to finding your spiritual gifts, your hidden talents. That is somewhere you have to pay attention right now to your intuition. Where did you miss your bus? What did you not complete? For everyone, of course, is going to be different, but when we clarify, we'll go deeper into that. So there is love and excitement. Now what I'm seeing here is the initiation relationship with you is going to be passionate, but it will be probably inconsistent. It will probably be more about sexual chemistry, having a good time, and we'll clarify, of course, but it's going to start off as more of a fling, all right? And then what you have to work on, all right, is you have to give yourself the parenting that you have wanted, the nurturing that you wanted. You need to heal your inner children. You need to become strong and stable within yourself. Stop carrying old stories, old narratives, and you have to take your pain and transmutate it. You have to heal it, and that only comes from accepting what is. We all have wounds from our childhood. Someone's parents got divorced, someone's parents were abusive, someone's parents were absent or they were ignored, or someone's parents have been alcoholics or drug addicts. Whatever the case might be, everyone has their story and their journey, and we can spend our life either wishing that our parents were different or they behaved differently with us, or we can accept, we can do Ho'oponopono and heal those areas and give ourselves that parenting, that nurturing that we so desired from our parents. So, to move forward to our peaceful place, we need to pay attention to our intuition, our inner guidance, and fill our own cup with self-love. And what that will do is not just nurture you, that you have healed your inner child, but when you have something to offer, that's when you can attract someone who has something to offer to you. That sounds like a tongue twister. I hope that made sense. When you have something to offer, a full cup, or be it of nurturing, of love, that you're not needy and clingy and codependent and insecure and wanting validation and reassurance all the time, that's when a person who's also equally full is going to come towards you. They are not going to be ill-treating you, mistreating you, or wanting you to do everything for them, patriarchal, And it's very important to heal your childhood wounds, because you don't want those patterns to be repeated with your partner. For example, if you have mother wounds or father wounds, that does play out in your romantic relationship. It becomes your pattern, and it becomes really hard to break out of those patterns. So it's best you heal them before you get into a relationship, where you need to walk away from certain people, where you need to assert your boundaries, where you need to grow up and stop being a child looking towards them to, when we are children, we look to our parents for survival, and our survival can mean meals that our mother provides or whoever the caretakers provides, but also physical safety. We are small, we are vulnerable, but a lot of parents, or even the children themselves, though they are adults, they are still treated as 5-year-old, 10-year-olds, and they're not allowed to grow emotionally and mentally. And the child keeps looking at the parents to cater to them, to emotionally cater to them, or look after them, or provide a certain shelter, a security, or XYZ. It's fine to hope that your parents will have your back when you're going through crisis in your life, but to expect them to treat you as a baby even after you've grown up, and to do everything for you, from your laundry, or taking for granted any assistance or help that they give you. Just because you have a job does not mean your mother owes it to you that she is going to do your laundry or cook your food or whatever for you. If they are doing it, you should feel extremely grateful. But what I'm seeing over here is the bridge of growing up has to be crossed over here. You have to come into your own, learn to be self sufficient, emotionally, especially. And this immatureness, this immaturity, this has to go. You want a mature relationship, you cannot come at it from such immature energy. And if you do, there's going to be a lot of possessiveness, there's going to be spying, there's going to be, jealousy and possessiveness and going through each other's phones. That is toxic. That's not what you want. Also, what is happening here is emotionally and mentally both. If this reading is resonating with you, you need to mature, you need to grow much more. Okay, yes, the universe will send you practice people where you will learn how to navigate. It's like rehearsal shots before you do your final play, or before we do in our shootings. We have readings and then getting into costume, and then you have a costume rehearsal, you have multiple rehearsals, dialogue delivery, movement, all of that. So wherever this immaturity is, that is going to be your lesson in the coming entire phase. And as I have told before, but for my new viewers, these readings are not about timing. These are how something is going to play out. These are template readings. So I don't do them very regularly because most people get stuck on one card for many months. Or even if they move forward to then in the story, they keep regressing. They keep going back and they are supposed to redo those chapters. So I'm just saying that for those who are new. And these readings are meant to be watched multiple times, and every sentence needs to be kind of noted, jotted, and introspection needs to be done how and where it applies to you. So, a lot of you have closed hearts. You have a scarcity mindset. You might be feeling it's too late, you'll never find someone, or that you're not worthy. You might have low self-esteem. Maybe the society has convinced you you're not the right shade, you're not the right height, you're not the right weight, whatever. Not true. You're here, you're watching this reading means that you are the Queen of Pentacles. You have every quality to make a wonderful partner for someone with the Ace of Cup, right? I'll come to all those energies later. So you have to heal, you have to release. Their opinion belongs with them. You have the right to reject what society has taught you, what your favorite auntie has taught you, what your mother has told you, be it about your complexion or what you need to do, or don't be outspoken. Girls need to be timid and coy, and they need to be you. You like someone, go and tell them I like you before they friend zone you. Because this kind of child has a parenting which makes them very wary. Yeah, so when somebody approaches them, you are like, and that person, from your body language, from the vibrations, because you're so scared of what is going to happen, will I get hurt, will I get used, is this a bad person, is this the person my parents warned me against, or whatever. You are so closed off that your vibes pushes these people away, those who do want to invest in you. Their investment might be very small. Page, but well, you are immature, you are inexperienced. If you're not liking the word immature, it might mean you're just inexperienced. So what is the harm? I always say this, and it is going to be a part of my little gems also, that for everything we are asked to practice over and over again, be it a ABC, be it writing it. That's a raven who comes and asks me for food, and today I'm doing the reading on my dining table. So I've closed the curtain, but he's right here. Can you hear him? So, when we are learning to swim, cycle, skate, dance, sing, cook, making aloo gobi, be it chopping, cutting, frying, anything, you practice again and again and again, right? But in the relationship sector, we are expected to get it right the very first time. How is that even possible? If you don't go on 5 dates, you won't even know which one was good. What are you going to compare it against? Insecure men of yesteryears made these patriarchal rules and bought all these labels, right, of characterless or whatever. Oh, please, go out, make mistakes, you'll learn, you'll grow, you will know what to do, what not to do, what are the red flags. You can learn only so much from YouTube. Those will be my experiences or the other life coach or tarot readers' experiences. You might meet an entirely different species of person with weirder red flags. They might be crimson flags or magenta flags. They might not even be real red flags. Okay? So, instead of being so closed and protective, carrying old wounds and letting opportunities go by, when you like someone, tell them. And if someone is telling you they like you, at least meet once. Why I insist on meeting is eyes are the window to a person's soul. Everything can be lied about, their words, they can flatter you, they can say everything you want to hear because, well, let me give you another heads up. Guys who like toying with other girls, with girls' hearts and stuff, more than girls, they are trolling such YouTube channels or Facebook groups. They have tutorials. This is a side note, yeah. They talk about girls have twinfilitis, the one-itis. And if you want such a girl, when you meet up with her on a Facebook group or something, tell her, I feel this deep connection with you. I feel I have known you before, not just in this life. They are taking coaching how to exactly get vulnerable girls who are desperate to meet their soulmates. So don't make yourself an easy prey. Become smart. This means nothing will happen. No experience will happen. But if you play it smart, go out, look at them, look at the behavior, see how they treat others, a beggar, the waiter. How do they talk to you? Do they ask you about your childhood? Do they ask you what you prefer? Or have they already ordered off the menu without even consulting you? What kind of mentality do they come from? Go out once at least, right? What I'm seeing here after that is, along with the Ace of Cup beginning, emotional beginning, is the Ace of Sword, mental beginning, right? Clarity. You'll start understanding. There's Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration, of reunions also, of spending good time with your friends, asking your friends for help. But what I'm also seeing here is Three of Cup. I've seen Four of Cup. I've seen Six of Cup. Four of Cup, Six of Cup, and Five of Cup. There's a huge progression, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what's the most exciting thing is this person who has lack of experience or has immature energy, has naive expectations, has naive childlike expectations in a relationship, is being raised up to become the empress, the mother, the wife, the spouse, whatever. And these are not gender specific readings, okay? So if I am speaking to you, I'm speaking to you, whatever your gender might be. So there is going to be progress. Now it was going to be entirely up to you how soon you can heal. What I'm seeing here is there's going to be a proposal that comes your way, there's going to be sparks and chemistry, and then there is going to be either you will go and have a good time or you'll stay in your safe zone. Now that is entirely up to you. So what do we want to clarify? So we are clarifying 5 of Cups, Page of Sword, 4 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. I just hope my volume is still going to record. I had to move that card, the mic away. Sorry. Okay. I need to shuffle again. What are these old wounds, Spirit, and what is keeping the viewer stuck and missing chances after chances? Why are they protecting their heart so much? What has happened? What's the story here? Alright, we'll take them all. Do you like to see me in the readings, or would you prefer me to just show you the cards? Let me know. Okay, so what's going on in this? Why are you so defensive? Why have you been missing chances? What have you missed as a lesson, or finishing your karma? You have this, how should I say this, deeply anchored belief that you're unlovable. Inner child, you are vindictive. People who have hurt you in the past, you're not able to fully forgive them. Like I said, immature, you're unstable, okay, because you haven't discovered yourself, you haven't taken a chance, you haven't yet been given the opportunity to go out. It's very strange that in our country, till a person is not married, they're not allowed to live on their own. Either they're in a hostel or with a relative. Whoever you are, your next vacation, I want you to go alone, and for no less than 5 to 6 days. No chaperone, not a safe city where you have some uncle aunties residing. Somewhere new, traveling on your own, staying there on your own, all that, if you're up to it. Some of you are on some kind of medication. It can be sleeping pills, it can be for depression, it can be for any other mental health issues, okay, which keeps you low in energy. I'm not saying stop it at all, alright? I'm just saying what's going on here. You're uncomfortable with the opposite sex. Comes from inner child. Embarrassment. There's some situation or situations that have happened, be it in school or in family gatherings or some kind of celebration. I'm seeing a party where a very embarrassing situation happened. People didn't think much of it, but you've taken it to heart and it was like a trauma. This needs to be explored by you. Did someone make fun of you? Were they trying to, pair you up with someone? And that boy, how young boys hate girls, and he kind of snubbed and said never or something like that, and you were very embarrassed by that whole thing. Distant. You're emotionally, like I said, very protecting of your heart, of your assets, as of your emotions, and that makes you feel or perceived by others as very distant or aloof. And you're not taking any action. Like I started this channeling with, the next time you like someone, ask them for a cup of coffee immediately. And don't behave like a would-be friend or try to be like, oh, just flirt, outright flirt. Waning, hang on. Walking away. For some of you, there have been toxic patterns, toxic situations in your life, and you're learning how to walk away. If someone like a teacher or a bully in school or something, instead of staying for people pleasing or for labels, we are related, we are cousins, we are whatever, you're learning how to walk away with your dignity intact, having asserted, having made your boundaries, not putting up with bullying, being put down, or some auntie making fun of your weight and you're like, no. Walking away. That's what you have been missing. You're not doing it. Excuses. And you always have a ton of excuses why not to. You first look for why you shouldn't give someone a chance. Someone has scared you a lot. Invading. Okay. You might have felt invaded as a child, or when your inner child was created. Inner children can be created anytime, even a week before, a day ago, right? You felt invaded. Maybe there's lack of privacy in your space, in your home. It's a very a family dynamic where there's no such thing as your personal space. Anyone can open anyone's letter, clothes are being shared, and anyone barges into your room without knocking, right? Or for some of you, few of you, you might have felt your body was not safe when uncles or aunties hug children, and parents, even if the child protests, the parents don't step in and say she's not comfortable or he's not comfortable, and that person feels invaded. Very few of you, but whoever, will resonate with the fact that you were molested. There has been trauma around that, and that needs healing. Disillusionment. We all grew up having certain concepts about love, relationships, what boyfriends or girlfriends will be like, what kind of a love story we'll have. And maybe when you saw your parents' marriage, your older siblings' marriage, or something like that, or the relationships at large going on right now, or how people are not willing to work at keeping a relationship. They just want instant gratification, or they disappear, they ghost. You have felt very disillusioned. You're beginning to feel it will never happen for you. You have this fear that your love is always unreciprocated, it's one sided. And I'll tell you why it is one sided. When you don't have a healthy cup of love, you will always chase after those who will reject you. You will always fall for the unapproachable, the unattainable, or even out of your league kind of people. You know why? Because rejection is something you can handle. You'll say no, yes, it's familiar. But if they accept, it opens an entirely new chapter. so many changes. You'll have to be completely vulnerable. You'll have to put your heart on the line. You'll have to probably share your secrets. If you have body image issues. So, choosing subconsciously partners who are already married, who are already invested in another person, you might not even know that, but you will keep drawing them to you because you want to keep your heart safe, and you will want to keep wanting to keep your heart safe till you do not heal all these. Please rewind this bit and make a note and do your inner child work. All right, so what else has come out? You are constantly guarded. I just told you with other cards, and you keep looking for excuses to say no. That person texted too fast, that person doesn't have any work, that person took too long, he's not interested in me, that person lives with his parents, so must be this, and that person, you find you're too guarded. And if you want love, you will have to put your guard down. There's no two ways around that. Love means having to open yourself up to another person, taking a risk, taking a chance. That's how it goes, right? So, now what are we going to check? This Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and Page of Sword. What is this energy all about? I might have to pull tarot cards as well, but first we'll go for some of these oracle cards. So, one card for Knight of Wands, please. One card for Knight. Oops, sorry. Knight of Wands. Okay, this person who might be coming at you, like I said, till you are not filling your own cup, similar energy will come at you. So if you feel people abandon you, people who will abandon you will come, or those who have equal or more abandonment issues, right? Abandoned. So this person may be projecting themselves as a player, or choosing to be in non-committal, non-serious kind of relationships, is because they're terrified of being abandoned. They're terrified of whoever they will fall in love with is going to leave them. This might be entirely you I'm talking to. And they're afraid of restarting. So, it is nice to know what their issues may or may not be, not to make excuses or give them the, like a leeway. No, because you'll understand and you can decide to walk off if things get toxic, or instead of giving chances after chances after chances. If the person behaves like a player, is a player, you are not their therapist, walk away. So, Page of Wands, please. Page of Wands, oracle cards, thank you. They have gone through something, and again I'm saying this can be your energy or theirs, but I am reading it as the person who is coming into you, why they're coming in with such immature or less than energy towards you, or why are they showing so little of emotion, making such small offers or gestures. I'm checking that, but it might very well hold a deep message for you as well. So, this person had invested in a previous relationship and they are still not completely over that person, but it was destroyed. So they have gone through a lot, and that has made them extremely guarded and unwilling to open their heart to love again. And it's not your job, you're not a key. If they are not interested in going the long distance or whatever, well, after a couple of dates or something, walk off, say bye bye, thank you, it was beautiful. Don't get invested immediately. That's not how things happen. Okay, Page of Cups. This person and you both are at this time going through ascension. You are being awakened, you're beginning to realize your patterns, you are focusing on healing, and you both are willing to take, or you're being pushed by the universe to open your heart. You might feel a kind of fluttering in your heart chakra or upper heart chakra, because that is what is currently going on. For some who have a lot of resentment, grudges, all of that, their heart chakra might pain. The back part of your heart chakra might also carry a lot of pain. And at this time it's been clearing and healed, definitely. And as you both are doing it, so you focus on yours, as you open your heart and you understand that there will always be consequences, and that there is never going to be a guarantee whether someone is going to hurt you or not, or is this going to be, in your first encounter you cannot want give me lifetime warranty and guarantee and promises and oaths and vows. The minute you open your heart and heal and be open to loving and open to giving and receiving, because you're so guarded, the offer is gonna come in. The process is ongoing. One more please for message of love. One more please for message of love. One more please. Ooh. How are you resonating so far with the messages? Please do remember to comment, and if you don't mind, please subscribe, hit the notification bell and select all so that you get notifications when I upload new videos. And don't forget to give me a like, and if you don't mind, please share my videos on your groups, your Facebook wall, your WhatsApp groups, school friend groups, whatever. Okay. Before this ascension and healing, right? This is like a revision of what I have been saying. Something that's been going on in cycles, such as the one-sided love, because you choose subconsciously to go for someone who will reject you because you want to be safe. You don't want to actually be intimate emotionally, be that vulnerable, be open, take a chance. Those cycles need to be let go of. You have been stuck there for very, very long, and one of the things is where all those damages, traumas have come into you. You need to speak up. Your throat chakra will be going through healing and expansion, and you'll know it because you'll feel kind of there's a kitch here or difficulty speaking. Some will outright get a cough. It might feel dry while you're talking. These are telling you break these cycles. If you're serious about this love offer that you want to get, you are being given another opportunity. You've already missed several opportunities of going through this portal. There's 8-8 gateway coming in August. Don't miss it this time. You need to progress now. There are at least 4 opportunities you've missed, 4 previous portals. Can I put this card back? Oh, okay. You might be obsessing about this. Oh, for some it will be a different message, but some of you are obsessing about wanting your twin flame. The twin flame is the most difficult journey. It's like you want to give your UPSC or CAT exam before you have even cleared your 10th. You need to go through your flings, your affairs, your soulmates, figure out how to, without complaining, fulfill your karmic debts with a karmic, with multiple karmics, because we all have karmics, we all have been karmics. Our parents can be our karmics, our teachers, our bosses, anyone. That's when you're ready, they first test you with a catalyst or a false twin, what people call. They're not. They're there to assist you. On this journey, everyone who comes into your life, it's not a mistake. They are there to help you develop a new muscle, a muscle you've never used before, be it of forgiveness, of gratitude, of loving unconditionally, of giving unconditionally, of being open to receiving. They come and they make you exercise those muscles so that you're actually ready for your twin. So some of you are obsessed and you're like, I don't want to do this till I meet my twin. Well, you will never meet your twin because you need your degrees before from your soulmate and your karmics, and you need to have all those degrees on your resume before your twin will be sent to you. Whereas for some of you, your twin flame is communicating with you in your dream state, or when you are daydreaming or meditating, when you're in a trance-like state, and they are waiting for divine timing. What is divine timing? When you both clear out certain toxic energies. It does not mean you need to be perfect, you need to be the empress, you need to have everything pit-pat, everything organized. No. Your energy has to be clear. You have to be open to love. You have to be able to love without expecting. You have to be able to meet people without thinking, what am I getting in return? Doing things for people without any expectations, any returns, right? So that is what is divine timing. And they will, I don't want to say it because it raises hope and then people get dejected, but the cards are here. You or them or both at this time are going through the dark night of the soul. It is them because the destruction is the tower. Their previous relationship, not a crush, not one-sided, a proper relationship crumbled. It can be a very severe loss, such as losing parents or something like that, and they have gone through and they're still going through, and that is what is causing the ascending to happen. And you need to also get unstuck from your cycles so that when they come with this offer, you don't run away again trying to protect your heart. So I'm quite happy. I mean, how is oh my god. Okay, so next, what are we clarifying? Why don't I remember to tie my hair when I come to this room? So I'm keeping this out. Okay, so clarity is, this is the Ace of Sword, Ace of Cup, okay, let's do this. what is the clarity being brought to the viewer about the situation, about why they are single with the Ace of Sword? What is the breakthrough? What is the awareness? What is the clarity? For the viewer, please. Guess what's your question? Say it aloud right now. What is the question in your mind? ये सब तो ठीक है. Right? What are you saying? ये सब तो ठीक है. But what? What? Should I end it now? Should I end the reading now? What is the clarity? Thank you, Spirit. The clarity is where you are stuck. The clarity is about this person's pain. You will understand. And the answer is yes. Alright? So, what is the Ace of Cups? Please give us some clarification or additional messages. Your journey is on a pause. You're on a pause because there's a ton of inner child healing, and this person is also healing their heart wounds. But the pause is coming to an end. The pause card came out in reverse, and they're asking you refocus. I keep telling, if you want something, take your attention completely away from it. Put your attention on something entirely different, right? If you have a business, focus entirely on that. Focus on making it a huge success. You know why? Because whenever you're trying to reach for something, you keep pushing it away. But when you redirect your energy, when you have been redirected by the universe, it is not because you're being rejected or that you're being denied something. Something is not ready, you are being protected, there is something more to the picture, you're missing something. Whatever the reason might be, when you focus on something else, the penny drops. The clarity comes in because you're no longer thinking about it all day long. This person might be numbing themselves, or you might be numbing yourself, alright? But come October, oh my god, there's a song. I want you to go and find it on YouTube, and please, if someone can put it in the comments. Come October, what? There's a song with October in it, and I saw this card and I can hear the music, but I'm not being able to catch the words. Come October, something very significant is gonna happen. And can you see the focus on it's on the two candles, like two. Don't be in a hurry, because if this person comes to you unhealed, you won't like it, right? So now what do you need to do to get going, get unstuck? What does the viewer need to do to get unstuck, to go to calmer water? Can we get more clarity? Additional messages, confirmations, please. What does the viewer need? Please tell me more. Okay, wait. Please tell me more about the Six of Swords. Okay. Tons of messages. Six of Swords. Some of you, like I said, have gone through terrible traumatic experiences. Please forgive my sweating. Whenever I'm channeling, I sweat a lot. um, you have survived a shark, literally, someone who has betrayed you, and you're being asked to do cord cutting. If you're still being asked to stay in connection or any kind of entertain them for social gatherings, sever everything with these people. Okay, do not allow such people to take away your sweetness from you. You are being provided a safe passage so you can leave all that trauma behind. You're protected. If you're getting chills, have got chills during this reading, or when something else is happening, that is your sign as a confirmation from the universe. Okay, 777, when you start going ahead, when you start breaking your patterns, when you get unstuck, that's when you will see everywhere license plates on. I cannot tell you in what ridiculous places I've seen this. Rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. You'll be seeing a lot of 777s in all kind of combinations, in all kind of places. And at this time, focus on your work. Okay, especially if you are into cooking, chef, baking, something like that. Do things for others unconditionally. The word here is service. Don't be like, okay, if I do this for this person, will they start loving me? No, nothing. Do it unconditionally. All right, now the Sun card, I'm going to check what is this good news and happy times ahead. I'm clarifying it along with the celebration card because, well, the first card I'm seeing here is free will. It's up to you. If you want it, do your job, do your inner work. At this time, if you meet or even without meeting, you both are mirroring each other. So if you're suddenly feeling no rhyme or reason, you're feeling angry or sad because they are going through tower moments and dark night of the soul, immediately invoke the violet flame, cut the cord and send it back to that person saying you are capable of doing your own transmutation. Okay, and what you both are working on at this time is free will, understanding that some things are destined and some things, when I'm told I have to do it. I have to use my free will intelligently. I cannot control things, I cannot control when they will happen, but I can control how ready or not ready I will be when things happen for me, right? So you both are being asked to work on your self-worth. They're obviously feeling abandoned and rejected, and you already have low self-esteem in this situation. So do that. There is divine timing from August to October. Definitely things are going to be happening. Yeah, see, self-worth, abandonment. But let's get some signs and synchronicities about whenever this is happening. Apart from 777, what else will be happening? Yeah, some things are hidden at this time because it's not yet divine timing. You have to get over your fear that time is slipping away, that age, or that I won't be able to conceive, or who will want to marry me once I'm in my 40s, or anything like that. It's too late, it's too late, it's too late. You are delaying it by thinking that. That is a man-made construct. Time is not real, right? So What are the signs you will get apart from 777? 777 is going to be confirmations that you are getting unstuck, that you are going ahead, and that you are being supported and protected. And when you are, going towards the happiness, the destiny, the stuff, the healing is taking place so that you can come into alignment, you'll be seeing 1111. Spiritual awakening, you are on the right path. This confirmation will keep coming to you, as well as the color yellow flowers. All right, you need to work on your confidence. You will start feeling more confident, I should say it like that. You will start seeing success in things that you're doing. You will be happy, whether you find reason to be happy or not. No matter how others are behaving with you, you will be very happy. You will be feeling optimistic. You'll feel this happiness inside of you because you've healed your heart chakra, you've spoken your bit, you've cut off the toxic people, and you will probably be seeing a lot of yellow flowers, real, fake, in photographs, it doesn't matter. Your message, your telepathic message to this person has been received by them, right? So final set, and then we pull out some surrender cards. Now what is very intriguing is Queen of Pentacles is a wife card, Empress is the divine feminine, High Priestess is of course the divine feminine. So you, whoever you are watching, even if you feel financially prosperous now, your business is doing well, you already are feeling in a good place monetarily or whatever, you are going through upgrades. You're going to go more and more up, and your intuition, your spiritual gifts will also be receiving a huge boost. Am I still recording? It's nearly 1 hour. Oh my god. Someone here is a cloud watcher like I am. I love watching clouds. So, what are the signs or extra messages? Your guardian angels might be sending you signs and synchronicities through the shapes of clouds, pictures of clouds. Some of you need to take care of your diet, your food, your bones especially. You need nourishment, or it can be about the color white, a career around milk, the color brown. Okay, start carrying with you in a small pouch or something cinnamon and star anise. They will help you get grounded. And these are also extremely lucky spices for wish manifestation. So, okay, a weird message is coming, and this will be for very few, so you will come to know, of course, much later, but do come back and tell me whenever this happens. If you're a girl, for example, you are almost the sun in your family, and the person you're going to be with will be more in the feminine roles in their family. You know what I'm saying? The roles will be switched, or the energy will be switched. One of you or both of you will be into hats, caps, something like that. White, like I said, is going to be very important. Maybe wear white, or they love white, or one of yours favorite color is white. And this is the web of destiny. This is going to be a little longish journey and a lot of twists and turns and stuff like that, but be rest assured, it's destined. It is gonna happen. Just focus on being happy, on getting your life right, healing yourself, healing your wounds. And if there is any additional message with what my singles here need to surrender to attract the best love partner. What do they need to surrender to you, God? Divine, angels, spirit, universe. What do they need to surrender? What do they need to surrender? People who are watching this reading, why am I single? Why am I still single? What can I do to attract my soulmate, my love partner, my twin flame? Okay. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Right? So, there are people around you, they might have their opinions that now it's high time you get married and whatever, and they might create drama, or they might be going through their own drama, or you might have the propensity to get pulled into other people's situation. If that happens, repeat 7 times. Not my circus, not my monkey. If it's none of your business, stay out of it. Have zero opinion about it. Right? Surrender to rest and sleep. You will be going through upgrades, so you will need to drink a lot of water, sleep a lot, get sunlight and fresh air. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body and spirit. Whoa. Surrender to divine timing. Second time. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's or mind or heart's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Things are being aligned. Surrender your attachment to results. That's what I was saying. Start being unconditional. Every time you do something, like you make a gift for someone, so then you want praise, or if you have done something for someone, you want this in return. The other day I was talking to someone and they were like, okay, right now you're not doing readings, right? So when you start readings, I said there's going to be a disclaimer. If I'm going to make a website or whatever, there's going to be a disclaimer which people will have to read, and I want eye tracking something so I know that they have read it. The first one is going to be, you're not paying for my services, you're paying for all the other things, such as the cards I've invested in, the camera, the mic, the internet, the electricity. A divine gift, you cannot afford it. All right, so you're not paying me for the reading. And if any message is starting without a please, or when they receive a reading I don't receive a thank you, you'll be off my customers list. So people think they are buying. I've given money, I should. It's not that, right? But whatever the results are, if I do this for this guy, he'll fall in love with me. You cannot make anyone fall in love with you. Do it because you feel like it, because it brings you joy. I don't know why they made me say that. That was not at all relevant over here, I feel, but somehow they brought that conversation back. But when you do things because doing it is the reward itself, be it buying something for someone, or girls who like to give gifts to guys and they think that the guy is getting, no, buy things because that act of buying the gift for that person, making the gift, making the quilt, making the scarf, that is bringing you happiness. Not because it's a message, it's a proposal, it is going to make him see me in a different light. None of that. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen and then let go of the result. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage that. I want this, I want this, I want this. You ain't getting it. Surrender stress. A lot of you are taking stress because like time is running out and there's drama around you and there's a lot of inner child, whatever happening. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Surrender to success. Like I said, in the business, everyone, at least some of you who are here, have your own business or work or something, right? And for just focus on that and you're going to be extremely successful, and you need to embrace this success, the praise. Don't let it go to your head. I always say, take praise in your heart. Take criticism on your brain. What does that mean? When somebody praises you, people get a swollen head. They think, oh, I'm. But when they're criticized, they take it into their heart. That person. Don't take criticisms personally. Look at it from your brain, using your brain. Is there a reality in this? Am I really, laid back, or does my grammar need working, or is there something more? Is there truth in the criticism? If not, that's just an opinion. It's not a criticism, and they are welcome to their opinion. Let it go. But when someone praises you, take it to your heart, and that's it. Oh, how lovely. That's it. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. I think this message is also resonating with me. Too much. Surrender to spirit. This is like an addition to this message. Once you have done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Are you seeing that? And the final message. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. That ties up our entire reading. Why am I single? Let go. Alright, so I really hope that this reading resonates with all of you, and at least there is some amount of messages for everyone who is here. And just a quick reminder to please like, share, subscribe and comment down below what's going on, and do keep me in the loop as and when these things are playing out for you, and make a note of all the signs and synchronicities that have come out specifically for you. Love and light.